Hi guys, it's me, Tech Marlos, and today we're taking a look at something a little different but honestly super interesting, a stainless steel sweet potato oven, also marketed as a pizza baking machine, sweet potato oven, or just sweet pot oven. It's a compact, multifunctional kitchen gadget that promises to make your cooking a lot more convenient, and today, we're going to see how well it actually performs. First off, let's talk about the build quality because that's usually the first thing you notice. Right out of the box, this thing feels solid. The exterior is all stainless steel, which not only gives it a clean, modern look but also makes it easy to wipe down after use. It's got that reflective finish that kind of screams premium kitchen appliance without the premium price tag. One thing I really appreciate about appliances like this is that it doesn't feel flimsy. The knobs, the timer, the rotation mechanism, they all have that satisfying click and turn that gives you confidence it's built to last. Now, for the real magic, the cooking performance. This oven packs 1400 watts on its standard setting, but you can bump it up to 2800 watts if you need a little extra heat for faster cooking. That's a pretty impressive range for something this size. I tested it with a few sweet potatoes, some small pizzas, and even a couple of snacks like corn cobs, and the results were actually very consistent. The 360-degree rotation is a game changer because it means the food cooks evenly all around. No more one side burned and the other side undercooked, which is such a common problem with smaller countertop ovens. One of the standout features for me is the timer function, which goes from 0 to 90 minutes. This is perfect if you want to set it and forget it. You don't have to hover around like a hawk to make sure your sweet potato doesn't turn into a burnt offering. The oven automatically shuts off when the timer ends, giving you peace of mind. And speaking of user experience, the controls are pretty straightforward. You've got a temperature dial, a timer dial, and a simple switch for power. It's intuitive, even if you're not the most tech-savvy person in the kitchen. In terms of versatility, this appliance is surprisingly capable. Sure, it's marketed as a sweet potato oven, but it can handle a range of foods. You can make mini pizzas, roast vegetables, bake small pastries, or even toast certain items. The 360-degree rotation isn't just for potatoes, it helps everything cook evenly. And because it's stainless steel, it retains heat really well, which means more efficient cooking and less energy wasted. I also want to touch on cleaning. One of the biggest pain points with kitchen appliances is how much effort goes into keeping them clean. With this sweet potato oven, it's fairly straightforward. The stainless steel body wipes down easily, and the interior isn't overly complicated. Just make sure you let it cool before cleaning, but beyond that, it's not too bad at all. Some small ovens are a nightmare to clean, but this one keeps it simple, which is always appreciated. Let's talk about size and placement because counter space is precious. This isn't a huge oven, it's compact enough to fit comfortably on most countertops without dominating the kitchen. That said, it's still large enough to fit standard-size sweet potatoes and small pizzas. The footprint is minimal, so even if you have a smaller kitchen, this shouldn't be a problem. One thing I always like to consider with any appliance is safety. This oven feels secure. The handles stay cool to the touch, and the rotation mechanism is enclosed so there's no risk of touching the heating elements. The stainless steel build also gives it stability, so it's not going to tip over while rotating, which is crucial. In my testing, I also noticed that the oven heats up quickly. On the 2800